Cromwick towers it into center field. Brunson going back. He's at the wall, and it's off the batter's eye. Josiah Cromwick goes all the way to the moon, ripping it down the right field line. I think he knows it. Isaiah Jackson leaves the yard. Perfect from the center fielder, and he makes it a 10-0 ball game, busting it wide open. An apocalyptic looking afternoon it was yesterday with a wind advisory. That advisory is still on today. It's jetting straight out to left field. And Walker hits this one into left field. Cadena going back on it. Huge backflip from Kyle Walker, and the Sun Devils start off with a bang. Right on cue, Kyle Walker parks it in the parking lot, and the Sun Devils strike first, 1-0 in the first inning. 0-1 is hit in the air to left field. Compton giving chase at the fence. He leaps. Did he catch that? Oh my goodness, Brandon Compton just made a Superman play scaling the wall and left. First pitch is rocketed into left center field. Cadena going back, he's at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. Contreras comes in to score. Another RBI double for Jacob Tobias. Stat pad day for Arizona State as TCU fans begin to hit the exit. Tobias screams this one down the left field line. It's down for a base hit. Compton can walk home, and Jacob Tobias is in at second base with an RBI double. Payoff pitch is crushed into center field. Going back at it at the wall, and it's gone! Isaiah Jackson punishes his second home run of the day. Are you kidding me? As the 0-1 is weakly chopped right back to Martinez, who barehands it and throws it over to first in time. The dugout loves it, and the side is retired. Big smile and a chuckle from Jack Martinez as he strolls back into the dugout. Briggs gets a hold of this one. It's touched out to right field. Strasnyder at the fence, and it's a 3-run home run for Brody Briggs. Kyle Walker can't believe it with his hands on his head, and the Sun Devils pull away big from TCU. Into the third inning here at Frog Ball USA, Lupton Stadium on the campus of Texas Christian. A scoreless ball game between Arizona State and TCU. A stark contrast compared to yesterday, where the Bats just absolutely played the main character. Leading it off, it's Landon Hairston, a right fielder, batting eighth. Hairston watches the first pitch in there for a strike. Landon came in yesterday to pinch hit in the blowout situation, but it's not necessarily his role. He's had quite a few starts as a Sun Devil as he fouls this one up and out of play for strike two. Hairston making his 9th start of the season for Arizona State, approaching that double-digit mark rapidly. 0-2, very close pitch, a curveball on the inner half. And Franco doesn't get the call. Ball and 2 strikes. A true freshman trying to make a name for himself on this maroon and gold roster. As the 1-2 misses inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And when he came into pinch hit yesterday, he replaced Jacob Tobias over at first base. As he spoils this into the net, do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Usually, we've been seeing him as an outfielder playing in right. But yesterday we saw him at first base replacing Tobias, who had a fantastic day. And Hairston came in and went 1 for 1 and drew a walk. 2-2, spoiled again, up and out of the stadium. On deck, it's Brody Briggs, another guy who came in to pinch hit yesterday. On the season, in the small sample size, Hairston has a .324 average and a .439 on base. As he pops this one up into left field, Cadena in foul territory at the fence, and he won't get there. Ball trickles into the big turf workout area in front of the Malcolm Loudon Player Development Center. Over on that side, it looks like there's a nice little student/donor section here at Lupton Stadium. And checked it out a little bit in the pregame of this one. They got the barbecue going, the high tops, the beer. The vibes are just immaculate. 2-2 to Hairston. Holds up his swing on the slider. Good lead from the young buck. Fills it up at 3-2. A top 500 national prospect according to Perfect Game. And he skies this one into shallow left center field. Brunson, calling everyone off, makes the running grab for the first out of the inning. Bit of a tricky play there, as we've talked about it throughout this series, but the crosswinds have been a factor with balls that are in the air because the wind has been so strong, and you get higher up in the atmosphere, you'll get wind going north, and then it intersects with a wind going west, and then that messes with the ball if you're an outfielder or really an infielder or anyone trying to catch a pop-up. And that time Brunson looked like he had his feet settled underneath him, but had to take a few longer strides to get to that one. He makes the play either way, and Brody Briggs takes the first pitch downstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. As I said yesterday, he came into pinch hit and went 1 for 2 with a strikeout as he now moves in a 2-0 count. He replaced Josiah Cromwick, who started at catcher yesterday. Also had himself a day. Cromwick kind of running away with that starting catcher role, as this one's hit in the air to left center field, pretty much the identical spot as Landon Hairston, except this time it's Cadena who makes the two-handed squeeze for the second out of the inning. So now we'll flip it to the top of the lineup in Kyle Walker. He started off this ball game with a strikeout swinging. And that's a big deal for Walker. That's only his 4th K of the season. And he's really found his footing for the Sun Devils as he shows bunt, then pulls it back on the pitch that's up and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. He had really struggled to find some real estate in the first few non-conference weekends. As he checks his swing on the 1-0, they appeal to first, and he didn't go around. Batting south of 100. But there are sustainable signs there for Walker. He was squaring it up hard. He was putting it in play. Obviously, he wasn't striking out, and head coach Willie Bloomquist was confident he'd come around eventually, and he certainly has as the leadoff man. Towers this one into right field, and the right fielder Strauss-Snyder makes the one-handed grab, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down, all on pop-up outs. All 3 outfielders getting some action for Texas Christian heading into the bottom of the 3rd. Scoreless. I'm Nate Mills on Blaze Radio.